they do. What they do, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hello.
Come over some.
Come over some.
Yeah. Get in the frame.
Get in the frame. Hello.
All right.
All right.
So how y'all doing? Try.
Okay. All right.
Y'all all right?
They good. They blessed.
They are?
You already know what time
So
it
yeah,
is.
we back with another one.
And another one.
We back with a spicy one.
Okay.
Today.
All right now.
All right. So T.
Yes.
What we talking about?
Hey, so basically, clean your own house. Clean your own home before you try to go and clean someone else.
I feel you. Sweep
understand?
at your own front door.
Hey, just sweep. Just clean your own shit.
Don't put it under the rug in front, right?
Nah. You know them blowers are people who come and cut your grass and they just you gotta clean your own house before you try to go knock on somebody else and come on in
And try to clean that.
and try to clean this.
Okay.
Oh goodness. So yes.
What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe.
Yes.
And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. All right, so we back.
All right now.
All right, so
Yes.
yeah, we got a little spicy one today.
Okay.
Basically, sweep at your own front door.
Hello.
So yeah, I guess T done ran into something last week
I did not.
before leading up to us talking about it.
Okay.
So let's get it in.
You know, it's just life.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
It's life. And I don't know if it's part of judgment.
yeah.
And this is why I kind of stopped telling, numerous of people my personal business, because it's like, are they judging me? Because you know what other sugar honey iced tea you got going on in your own home. And I'm just like, T, kind of fall back.
Okay.
So I love everyone. But so that's how we also got on this topic right here.
All right.
But to start it off, I feel like when that phone rings, you don't have to answer it every single time
Okay.
to start it off, because some people, that person who would call is nothing but negativity.
Right.
And you be like, I know dang well this person ain't got nothing good to say.
No value.
No value, nothing but negativity. But you might have that one person who will answer every single call that comes to that phone. And that's pretty much the person who, I'm talking about people, those people, meaning once they receive the information, regardless of what they have going on in their home, they ready to give you a whole syllabus of what you should do in your own situation. So it's kind of confusing.
Right.
Like, you just gave me a whole syllabus. So once you give me mine, now you look at yours and yours is empty. You ain't got no ink, no pencil, no mark, no abstract, no dot, no number one.
Right.
But you was able to give me
They don't
A
even
through
got
Z.
to see the people.
So how? So I'm trying to figure out, like, why are we here? And I just want the world to know. Clean your own house before you judge somebody else. Mainly that's what it is.
Right.
Before you judge someone else. And you have to realize you have family in your own home. They need you.
Right.
So if people can really focus on their household first, I don't care if they take you a week, every day, months, a whole year. I feel like people really can sit there and be dedicated to their own home and worry about each individual in that home. When do you have time for others, for you to really give them their own syllabus if you don't have one created for yourself?
Right. So what I wrote down while you were talking was to keep up drama. Some people like to keep up drama to ignore their own situation, right? So they'll rather talk about your situation, find out what's new in your life, right? Because their life just got some new information or some new trauma or some new drama that's about to happen. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's where that probably stems from, where they're always calling to see if you have new drama so they could talk about your drama to ignore their drama. You get what I'm saying? So I think about it like that. One thing that I wrote down was self-evaluation. And what we don't do is we don't self-evaluate. We evaluate people. And we are always, like, our eyes are always open to other people's situation. But like, I think it's something that you're going to mention as far as the mirror. We don't look at ourselves in the mirror. And from that point, I believe that when we start to evaluate ourselves, we understand there's a lot of flaws within us that we constantly need to work on. I was talking to my coworker, and as we were talking, it was like we need to. It was a Christianity type conversation.
All right.
So it was like how the Christians would come at you, right? But then you will never like evaluate your life situation. You're still without fault. You know, I mean, you still with fault. You know, you're still sinning each and every day, because if not, you wouldn't be here.
Right.
So it's one of those, you
Got
know.
you.
So when I say self-evaluation, I think about the balance within that. And the balance to me is the physical, financial, mental, emotional, social, and as well as spiritual.
Right.
You must be balanced in these areas, and becoming a good person or a perfect person in our own life or in our own dynamic, we must constantly be working on these things. So I would never, it's like cheating on a test, right? Or studying for a test. So I'm gonna put it together. If you're taking the test, you will never have to cheat if you study
Right.
yourself.
Right.
So you will never have to look over, you know. So that's how I put it. What you think?
So what I took from it, I always say TA, because the TA means like a trusted adult, right?
Right.
So we all need at least one trusted adult. And when you felt like this person was your TA, and then when you tell them, because all news is not really bad news.
Right.
You just have a trusted adult to go to just really express and be kind of vulnerable on what's going on in your life. But it could be something really good. And then it could, once they find out it's good, oh my goodness, it's just like they'll turn that positive into a negative, or they don't show the support that you probably kind of expecting them to be like, what? You know, like a cheerleader, but sometimes it be like that womp, womp, because what they personal issues are. But at the same time, if you work on your own house,
Right.
you'll probably be able to be that cheerleader that other person might be coming to you to even, you know, to talk about.
Right.
So it's like kind of like, T, you know what? Pause. You got to stop. But my best friend's no longer here, which is my father. So you kind of pretty much be like, who can that TA be? Who can replace him?
Right.
And no one can replace
Right.
him. But it's like, it shouldn't be this hard. So before you,
This hard for
me to find that
somebody.
TA like
Got
that,
you.
you understand? And because we all going through some shit.
Facts.
We all going through something.
Facts.
And nobody is perfect. So
Right.
it's just like, where is the support? Where can people say, you know what? I need a break from X, Y, and Z. Maybe you need a break from some family, friends, colleagues who really kind of toxic, and you can reserve that energy for your own house.
I feel you.
Especially if you're in a marriage or if you're in a relationship, especially if kids are involved.
Right.
I'm sure if you sit the people in your house down without you there and ask them some serious questions about you individually, what are the answers going to be? Meaning, whatever their responses are, that mean you worried about other people's shit and you're not really focused on your house in front of you.
Right.
So that kind of it pisses me off.
Right. So what I pull from you is when they are checking for you, they're really trying to see if that, like, somebody can be introduced to you and look at you higher than they thought you really was. So I'll give an example. Let's say you had two friends.
Okay.
One of the friends, you had two friends, and then one of the friends introduced you to another friend, right? So there's three friends.
Gotcha.
So let's call three friends, two of the friends, let's say Mika,
Okay.
Sharon,
Okay.
and then the new friend is give me a name.
Tanya.
Tanya.
All right.
So Mika and Tanya end up meeting each other
Okay.
through Sharon, right?
Gotcha.
So now Sharon is out the picture.
All right.
So Mika and Tanya, right? Mika says, dog, Tanya, man, she got it made.
Okay.
So I want to be like her, right? So then Mika end up, coming around, talking to her, Tanya a little bit more and all of that stuff.
All right.
And then she ends up finding out that Tanya isn't cracked up to what she thought she was. So then she starts to actually like, yo, like Tanya, you nothing. That's what Mika is saying. Like, you ain't even nothing. Then she goes to Sharon and say, hey, your girl is nothing. And so what happens is, instead of trying to encourage or try to build up or try to help, she starts to say, well, my life is better than yours. So you need to fix this, and this, and this, and this. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it when you was talking about adding somebody new or trying to find somebody. Because what we'll do is we'll think other people's lives are better than ours, and we find out it isn't. That's why we should pay attention to ourselves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then no one says you shouldn't idolize or want to replicate somebody that is doing better, but sometimes you should just try to eat the fish and leave the bones. You should be able to take some things because Tanya probably has some good attributes, but everything about her life isn't peachy and cream or even on that level.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? So now, as being Mika's, you get what I'm saying, we should just sit up there and sit back and say to ourselves, you know what, like, let me pay attention to myself. I'm not finna go to Sharon and cause all that drama and friction and all of that stuff.
Facts.
So that's what I was taking from when you were speaking on, like, meeting new people or just trying to find a friend.
Gotcha.
Because you can have a good friend and that's good for you and you should stay in that dynamic, but trying to keep scouting around sometimes isn't as good. And I want to move to your next point, which is,
I was looking in the mirror, that man in the mirror.
Right.
Yes. So, of course, we all know MJ song,
right?
Man in the Mirror,
right?
And I'm trying to see why in the heck we're not following these positive movements. Because at the end of the day, you always said this: negativity will always win over positivity. But I'm a person; I'm so sick and tired of hearing that because I want to be positive.
Right.
But for the people who's really trying to give you a syllabus and help you figure out your own, look in the mirror and be like, are you really happy with yourself? So it goes back, like you said, the self-evaluation. Like, when are we going to stop, breathe, and really put ourselves first? And when we put ourselves first, then it's going to flourish to the people we live with in your home. So looking in the mirror, because it's so much work that we still need to do for ourselves individually. So I just want, because I don't want to say I'm speaking to myself, because I really not the type of person to judge you. I'm not the type of person to trying to fix your own, because at the end of the day, I'd be like, you grown.
Right.
Like, you know better. So eventually, whatever I might tell you positivity is hell. It's either you go do it or you don't. So I'm that person. So I don't think I'm talking, like, I don't feel like my personality fit in this category.
Right.
But it's just for me to see what other people go through, or how people probably in the past treated me. Like, are you serious? Like the shit you saying? So it's right. So it's just, when can we stop and really sit down with our spouses, our kids, and say, you know what? How can we grow as a family?
So what I'm gonna do is that negative and positivity that you spoke of, and use the man in the mirror as an example, as far as the family. So we can look at other people's lives, and that's why I was talking about the eat the fish and leave the bones. We can look at other people's lives and realize that they have certain flaws, and what we should do, we should go home and look at ourselves and see, from looking on the outside into somebody else's situation, start to view ourselves from the outside in. So then we go to the mirror to look at yourself to say, you know what? I don't want to be like that. So let me change different things about me. One thing I can think about is basically a wise man learns by another man's mistakes. You get what I'm saying? Basically a foolish man just fall there in the pit because they're following other people,
right?
And it's that whole cycle thing where you end up doing the same thing over. So as I'm thinking about it, it's more so like, if I'm paying attention to other people, is that going to help me? You get what I'm saying? And so when I look at myself in the mirror and I say, well, and I have to use an example to really exemplify it. So one of the examples I use is, let's say I was going to school with a friend.
All right.
And, he didn't study, he didn't read, he didn't, do anything. So as we begin to grow up, he began to take the road of least resistance. You get what I'm saying? He began to take, little mediocre jobs.
Okay.
And then me wanting to, like, not take those same roads. I got a better example.
Okay.
Father and son.
All right.
Right? Because that's how we can learn.
All right.
So that's the best example I can use. So my father, right? My biological father.
Okay.
It wasn't reading when he was growing up.
Okay.
Right? So he didn't know how to read very well.
Okay.
So that same mentality can happen with me. Right? Where I don't want to read, or I struggle with reading. Right?
Okay.
But me knowing that, me saying, you know what? I'm not going to have that same battle. So you know what? I'm going to pick up a book. I'm going to learn different vocabulary words. I'm going to learn how to, structure sentences. I'm going to go to school and learn these things because that's my battle.
Right.
So that's looking at other people and turning that negative into a positive. You get what I'm saying? So, and then that can help me with my son. You know what? My great granddaddy struggled with it. Then his dad, then his son struggled with it, and then his son struggled with it, and now it's me. Do I break it? Do I break the fact that this can continue? Those things can be hereditary. You get what I'm saying? And it can be like that, right? But then make sure my son doesn't have that same type of struggle.
Of course.
So that's just turning that negative into the positive.
I got you.
So what's your next point?
So I'm going to just add on to the man in the mirror part. And I feel that I can relate to this, what I'm about to say, meaning we probably are so scared to actually look in the mirror based off what we might see, how we see ourselves. Right. And it don't matter if you have makeup on, it don't matter if you have makeup off, whatever. I don't think people really, they're not ready to face themselves. What is really face themselves.
Right.
And they probably think it's a damn skeleton or a thriller movie or whatever. But in order to live right, in order to have that abundant life, like just be positive across the board, like if you feel like you that ugly person in the mirror, just work on yourself.
Right.
And do the self-work. Do the self-love, because it takes time. And at the end of the day, if you're not willing to want to grow in life, you're just wasting time. So right now, I'm tired of wasting time, and I'm really trying to just come in a place like, you know what, whatever I do today is going to be based off my values. Whatever I'm doing today is for the legacy that I'm building for my kids. So if we all can really get on the same page and worry about our own home, that's what the heart is. I would say I encourage, just start within yourself. Don't judge no one else. Be that friend, be that family member, be that colleague. Just be the best person you can be, because eventually it's going to flourish and other people will see. And I told myself this yesterday. I was like, you know what, T? People give me the validation of who I am, because people be like, oh my gosh, all of the great affirmations. You're great. You're this, you that, you that. I said, so you know what? Continue for letting people see who you are versus them hearing who you are. Because you know what our old people say. It's rather for you to be seen than what? Heard. So for me to be a woman, let me continue to show people who I am. But a lot of people in this crazy effed up world, they're nowhere near what we're talking about.
Right.
So it's just, how can we share the positivity? How can we share on, you know what, let's work on us. Let's keep what we got going on in this home. So that way we can probably be the example to other homes, to other neighbors or your family, your colleagues. Like, really stop judging. Really fix up your own. Go spend time with your kids more. Spend time with your significant other, your partner. Hell, spend time with yourself more. If you got a yard, spend time with your grass more. Because if your grass look ugly outside of your home, it's something going on.
Right.
Like, why you not watering?
Something goes lack. Right.
Something lacking. Either you're not watering the grass enough, you're not nurturing. So what are you doing to maintain your home?
Right.
Before you go try to get somebody else a syllabus and you ain't got not number one.
So what I pull before we go to the next is that we deceive ourselves. We walk around and, you know, individuals, people, men and women, we deceive ourselves. Men can put on the fake chain and rent cars, and women can put on the makeup and the tight dresses and the girdles and all of those things. Right. But that's just hiding from the person that is in the mirror. And we tell ourselves we are 10s when we know we are 2s. You get what I'm saying? So when we look at ourselves in the mirror, I just feel like, well, I don't feel, I believe that when you look at yourself in the mirror, that you should be 100 with yourself. And if you can't be 100 or authentic with yourself, then it's no way that you can be authentic with nobody else. And that's why I pull from that.
So I'm doing like a little knock knock, right? Don't stop it, T.
Okay. Go ahead.
I wanted to say like knock knock.
Okay.
He was like, who's there?
Why you say that?
I don't know. Okay, no, because it's lame.
Oh my gosh, you should have did it.
It's okay. All right, y'all. All right, we're back. Right. Okay. So the next point when I put like taken away from your home, it's because I love the children, because I'm a mom. My kids come first. And if my kids not in order, I'm not in order. So if you have kids, I'm not telling people, oh my gosh, you're a bad mom, you're a bad father. It's just we have an adult conversation. So if you're a mother or a father, like, do you really feel that by you worrying about someone else, or you're judging someone else's situation, or even you just that listening ear for somebody else bull crap, and now you just got off the phone, and now you might take it out on your kids, you might take it out on your significant other, but they ain't asked for it. So if you don't know how to turn it on and turn it off, why answer the phone? Why try to be everyone's TA when you taking away, they're draining your energy, they're taking away your time. So when you get home, you don't have the time nor the energy for the people who really need you the most. So invest in the kids. Tell them people, guess what? You might be going through something, but I have something going on in my own home. I need to take care of us first.
Right.
Stop trying to, like you said, the ones probably try to keep up with all the drama or want just to know what you got going on. But what are you doing to keep reserving the energy that you really need for your home?
Great point. Okay. Taking from your house and adding to someone else's. That's what I take from that as well. I was in a situation where the particular girl will take from the house to add to someone else's house and then don't understand why our house went lack. I never got that. But that was to show off like they had it. But then we went lack. And when that happened, I was telling the individual, why would you do that? If you love this house,
right, you
don't need to show off for another house.
Right.
That person should take care of their own house.
Facts.
But you shouldn't lack. It shouldn't. Your house shouldn't go lack at all. Right. Because that's your responsibility. Facts. That's just like a parent that will take money from their house to make themselves look good. Take money from their house, Lord, and then Jesus. Go and actually go and help a cousin or a friend or a church member, or you get what I'm saying, a coworker. And then your kids don't have what they could have had because you're not taking care of your own house. You're taking from your house to add to someone else's. And that goes into relationships where you always the listening ear and the understanding factor for other people, but then in your own relationship
you got nothing to say.
Right.
You don't have
nothing to say, but you don't even know how to listen to your own people. Nope. That's what some girls, I heard girls say, oh, he trusts his friends. He loves his friends more than he loves me because he's always over there. Probably because of the fact that you're the listening ears for your friends. You won't sit up there and commit and go all out for your dude. You get what I'm saying? So that can be a factor. Yeah, some dudes, they just trust their friends more because they understand the dynamic that they may be living, whatever that may be. Also, too, you had mentioned taking on other people's problems. So what I put was empathy or empathizing others' afflictions. So you will take on other people's problem and bring it into your house. You will make it seem like your husband is taking you through something, or your mate is taking you through something that clearly y'all not going through. Nope. So it was something I watched the other day. It was kind of funny. The girl had put her face to the phone and the computer was supposed to tell her whether or not her husband is cheating. Okay. Now she's looking in the phone. Okay. And it says, yes, he's cheating. So she believes it. Right? So she turns to the husband and say, are you cheating on me? Because it says you cheating on me. You're cheating on me. I know you're cheating on me. It entertained her thoughts, whatever, to make her think. And then I said to myself, but he's in the bed watching TV. How the world he's cheating on you? Now, of course, we don't know the surrounding situation. Right. But that's how easily we can be. We can take on other people's afflictions where they just spark us up to make it seem like you are going to go through what they are going through. Right. And that's not even your house. Nope. And if a dude isn't paying attention, or the girl isn't paying attention, they should call it. They won't call it out. They be like, who you got on the front? Who you just got off the phone with? Who you been talking to? Because that's not even our situation. And you need to take yourself out of that mindset and now transition yourself into our home. What you have going on. That's why I believe in a situation, a partnership, whatever you got going on, right? You should dust your feet off at the front door, right? Of all the drama situations. I agree. And control your own home atmosphere.
Always.
So like for me, like I like peace.
Facts.
So if you come in my house and you don't have that piece on your shoulder, guess what I start doing? I start leaning to the door.
Like you got to go.
Yeah.
Like Martin. Hey, Martin.
So
just open that door.
sometimes I would literally sit in my front living room.
All right.
Just so they won't come to the back.
Wow.
Because it's like, yo, I don't want this in my house.
Right.
Or I sit on the stairs. Until you leave, because I don't want this in my house.
Facts.
So that's what I do.
Facts.
What you got, T?
So you sparked something. Of course, we all know this slogan, keeping up with the Jones.
Facts.
So why is it that people try to keep up with the Jones? Like, is that played out? Do you feel like people are still doing it? Because I'm the type of person that when it comes to finances, period, if I don't have it, I don't have it.
Right.
And sometimes I'd be so excited just to say, you know what, I don't have it, regardless if I could or not. It's just, again, if I give you this, it might be taken away if I have a family emergency in my home. So like my father always said, now, if somebody asks for some money, don't look for it back.
Right.
So if you feel like you need to, that person say, hey, I'm gonna pay you back on Friday.
Right.
If you expecting that money back
Don't
by
give it
Friday, don't give it out.
I heard that. My granddad told me the same thing.
And so I was like, so now I got 2 kids. Big difference
the
from
best
one.
excuse in the world.
Listen, I love it.
Yup.
I love
That's
it.
the best excuse.
I love it. I'm like, no, I'm a single mom of 2. Don't have it. Oh, you doing X, Y, and Z? Guess what? We just can't go.
Right.
And I'm just like, it feels so good. And then when I look at my bank account, I be like, we good. Because at the end of the day, hey, mommy ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. But it's just people really keep up with the Jones. Why? And your household might need every single penny that you do. Tell your homegirls, hey, I just don't have it. Tell your homegirl, you know what? I can't go out. Or why not? They might treat you, they might not. But tell your homeboys too. Like, listen, though, I just don't have it. Like, where is the communication and where is the honesty just to really tell people I don't have it?
Okay, so I'm gonna start from where you don't have it to go to the next point.
Okay.
People cannot tell other people that they don't have it because the relationship is based off of what you can give me and what I can give you.
That's sad.
Right. And that's the wrong type of friendship. One time I wanted to talk about friendships and what's the definition of a friendship?
Okay.
Right? Do I have to help you pay your bills?
No.
If I don't have it, I don't have it.
Thank you.
If I do have it and I don't want to give it to you,
that's still
it
your
should
business.
be okay.
Thank you.
Bro, I know you got it. So why should I give it to you? Because what if something happens with me?
Hello, who gonna help you? Who gonna be your captain saver? Woo.
Right. So then let's move to the next point where you talked about having support. So when people know they have support, they will take from their house to go add to someone else because they know they got support. And it has happened in a relationship I was in, but she asked me. Okay. And that's what I loved about her. Okay. Different type of breed of woman, but she asked me. But she knew we was reaching a goal. And it was to help her personally. So we was reaching the goal and she reached the goal, but then her friend needed some help. So she came to me and I broke it down. Whatever the numbers was and this, that, and third. All right. Her numbers and what her friends was trying to get. Okay. And so I showed her how, like, if you give her this money, this is what you're going to, that goal you were trying to reach, right? You ain't going to get there until another 2 months. It wasn't a check difference. Gotcha. Okay. So when I showed her that, she was like, well, and I gave her the option. You can give her half or you could give her the whole thing. It's all depending on you. It's your money. Right. You get what I'm saying? Gotcha. I don't recall exactly what she did, but I believe she helped. Gotcha. I want to say. But what happens is, and I had to tell her, are you going to always be there to help them? And then they turn around and they not going to reciprocate that same type of measure, that same type of support. Right. And that's how you can kind of base the giving spectrum with the individual. You get what I'm saying? So, and then also, why do we always have to take from our own and don't add to our own?
Right.
And rather give to someone else.
Right.
Like
who might not even give it back to you.
Right. Or don't even add nothing to your life.
Does not.
And what I liked about my grandma and granddad situation is that what made my grandma stick out to my granddad, she was about adding to her own.
Thank you. I love that, Grandma. I love that.
Right.
Love that.
She always believed in
adding to their home.
Her own,
wow. Yes. I love that.
And she wasn't about other people. She was about. And that's what made my granddad choose her over other people. Over the other women. And I remember he said she wasn't the finest girl that he dated, but she was the perfect girl. And that's why he married her.
Hello.
Because he was dating a little baddie.
Okay. All right.
Because if y'all seen my great grandma and when she was young, a 10.
Hello.
Hands down.
Hello.
Right?
Okay.
And it's funny, but it was because of my grandma's discipline.
Yes.
So my granddad did have a bad one. You get what I'm saying?
Got you.
But I'm gonna let that go. I think he had 2.
Okay.
And then he just chose my grandma.
Hello.
He was like, nah,
smart man.
I gotta get her. I gotta get Juanita.
Man.
Yeah.
Smart man.
And the best decision.
Ever.
Even to the point, even though she's gone,
all right.
He says that's the best decision he ever made.
Sorry about your grandmother.
Right. But that's the best decision he made. So I learned from that.
Right.
And this is how I base the relationship. If she doesn't add to, then you're not going to, why should you be a part?
So I have a question.
Yep.
Because I was someone's support. I had someone on my payroll. Might as well call it my payroll. Because every other week, that person got paid first. That Friday, I got paid the following Friday. So when that person got paid, I guess they got broke by that Monday, knowing I got paid that upcoming Friday. So can I borrow X, Y, and Z and I give it back to you? So pretty much I was like almost Scott. But I'm telling myself it was going on for some months. I'm not speaking 1 or 2 months, at least a minimum 4 to 6 months.
Right.
This was going on, but the person did give it back to me now. Right. But I had to stop it. Right. And I'm just like, number one, I'm not a man. Number two, thank God I only had one child at the time. Only had one child, but I was like, you need a husband. This is where men come into play. Okay, I had to tell that person, you need to go find a husband to where y'all can do this together, because this not where it's at. So what I'm asking you is, do you feel that people don't want to be your friend or be around you if you're really not able to be their yes person? And maybe if they ask, it's 50-50. Either they really need it or they don't. But I'm sure people asking just to see if they could get it from you or not. Because we really don't know what the hell they gonna do with the money once we give it to them. But my thing is, are people really genuinely in your life for what you can do for them?
Yes, most, and I would say this, most, and that's, trust me, this is what you look for in front, like what's in front of you. Most people will select you based upon what they can get from you. And I experienced that probably like in 3 relationships, 4 relationships.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? Even in friendships. I've dealt with people that will sit around and be around you because of what you can add to them. Other than that, they wouldn't have select you out of a can of paint. For you to even be around them and be their friends, they wouldn't have select you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the thing. And I always say, like, me personally I'm a beneficial package. So because I look or I move a certain way and they know that.
Right.
Because they've been around me. Because you won't know if from my social media how I really live my life, right?
Yeah, of course.
So when around me, and you like, oh,
right, same here.
You get what I'm saying?
Same here.
And then when they see that,
right,
they like, well, shoot, this person probably can help me get this, that, and the third.
Right.
You know, and go from there.
Gotcha.
So, yes, people can use you. And it's because they won't sweep their own front door. They won't handle their own business.
And I just thought about something.
Yep.
Because still ties into keeping up with the Jones, still ties into basically the topic you're talking about, clean your own home before someone else. Because I feel like if they're in a financial bind, they're probably trying to keep up with the Jones on their end. And this is how their own home is not up to par. So they're going to keep up with the Jones, and then they know they have a backup plan to call somebody else to borrow the money. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, you brought Peter to pay Paul.
Oh, that's what it is.
So that's what they do. And I said this, it's not the fact they're keeping up with the Joneses anymore.
Okay.
We're keeping up with celebrities.
I don't know that lifestyle.
Right.
I don't care about that lifestyle.
So let's say, for example, all of the I wouldn't say luxury items. What do they call, like the name brands?
Okay.
We have to put that on in order to have some type of value to other people. And then the people that even makes it don't even wear their own stuff.
They don't.
Because they are the value.
They are the value. And they probably wearing this shit for free.
They don't even wear their own stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you mean for the celebrities who
Their
get boxes
own
when they
brand.
open their door because they get shit at the. I want you to wear this. I thought that's what you were saying. Oh,
No, I was talking about the creators of it.
Okay, the creators of
Probably
it.
don't even wear their own brand.
No, they probably just wear really nothing.
Exactly.
They probably wear some Walmart pants and a freaking white Fruit of the Loom shirt.
And this is what I have. This is what I have to say with that. It's been too many examples,
right,
that we don't know this by now.
Thank you.
And we still do the same thing.
Thank you.
So at this point, it's on you. So how many times do a person have to tell you over and over? It's best to live within your means.
Hello.
Than to sit up there and overstretch yourself and be in debt.
Right.
To have to, and that's how people be putting in bonds that they can't get out of, or put in certain lifestyles that they can't get out of. It doesn't make sense to me, but this is just the oxymoron of an individual. That's just our generation.
Just our generation.
So that's why I get with that. And that's why I don't even say too much about it, because you know what you're doing. Yeah. They tell you, don't go get the Hellcat. Right. Go get a Toyota until you're able to build up your money. But we are instant. We like stuff instant.
Got you.
So, just to try to bring it back full circle.
Gotcha.
Paying attention to other people will put you in a bind that you don't want to be in.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you just have to learn how to stay within your means.
Hello.
And know what's going on in your life. Live according to how you can live.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Just stay in your lane. That's all. Just stay in your lane.
Right.
So why do people say they stay in their lane? Why do people say, you know what, I'ma really only worry about my house? Ain't no dang well what you saying is not adding up to your actions.
Because we love to sound good, but we don't love to live good.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing the talking. I'm all about action, and the talking gets on my nerves every now and then. Right. Because I know it's bullshit. Right. T be like, just let them talk. Just let them talk. Because you do all this, and you got nothing to back it up. It's just womp, 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 womp. I love them, but it's just a womp, womp, womp. Right. All right. So we're going to move it on. So what are the benefits for someone feel that they could be the professor of your life to give you this syllabus for you to clean up your own home? And then once those lights go off in the classroom and they go behind the other door, they go on and they shit look dirty and filthy, like it is everything.
So let's turn this positive.
Okay, come on.
I like that.
All
but
right.
Real quick.
Okay.
Some people know that their limit is right there. Right. This is the bar for them. Okay. So what they'll do is, because you use the professor, so that means a teachable person. I mean, a teaching person, right? So they can teach you to live a better life than them. So they was like basically give you a syllabus to live the life better than they did in order to get to the level that you want to go. Now, that's how I would see that in a positive light.
Okay.
Even though they cannot live, because some people, they know if they make X amount of dollars, their life is just going to spiral out of control.
Okay.
So they'll limit themselves low. They will limit themselves at this particular bar because if they go there, they know they're going to die 5 more years quicker.
Oh my goodness.
You get what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. So some people are forward thinkers. Like me, in certain things I will not indulge myself in because that's where I see my demise at. So if I know that door will open to my demise, I'm not going to open that door. You get what I'm saying? That's just like trying to choose a street light and a regular life. You know, just being a regular Joe Schmo, right?
Right.
Why would I risk my life knowing that it's 2 places that you're going to end with this particular life?
Got you.
Right. So why would I go that route? Knowing that the type of hard-headed person that I am, and I like to clap back or stuff like that, why would I choose this street life? Because I would have been there. 16 years old, like my cousin.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Same here.
So it would have been one of those type of situations where R.P. Dwayne Pringle, or he was a real one in the street. No. I need to be here for my son.
Hello.
I need to be here for my parents. I need to be here for my, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
My brothers and sisters.
Hello.
My brothers and sister.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I need to be here for my family.
Yes.
So I'd rather not choose. That's why I never wanted to choose that. It was open to me.
Okay.
But no.
And
then I had too many of them saying, listen, this is not the life to live.
Okay. Listen to them. They gave you the answer key up front. So what I took from what are the benefits, right? And like you said, turn that negative to a positive. I would love to see people basically do more like a connect group type activity, meaning keep surrounding yourself with positive people.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, we do need to express ourselves. We need to be vulnerable. We probably need the counseling, the therapist. We do, but let's try to actually grow in life by just being more supportive, less judgmental. And the way we could probably do that, you have Zoom. You can do meetup spots. Go to Starbucks. If you don't have the finances, hey, if you finna cook something for dinner, get on the Zoom with other mothers, other fathers. I don't know, cook together. Like, it's just so many ways that we could do things to turn things from negativity to positivity. And I feel like the love and the caring and all the great values, it will spread.
Yes.
But why we're not doing that? Like, why this can't be more positive than people really looking for us to gossip about one another, to no drama or just be negative, period. So when do you feel like we will see a lot of positivity versus negative, or you feel like this is just the world and this is how it will be for the next 5, 6, 7 generations in front of us?
They're going to get more wickeder and wiser.
Okay.
As the future go, unless we turn it off.
Turn it off.
Right. And learn how to pay attention to our own.
Turn it off
and like turn that switch off.
Turn it off
and start focusing on what's and more important to me, or just close that door.
Right.
Better term, and lock it and throw away the key and then focus. One thing that came to mind as you were talking, and this is one thing I think we all struggle with, is having our own identity. We try to find ourselves through other people.
Right.
We try to look through other people's lens in order to identify ourselves.
Right.
And I think that's where our shortcomings are. If we learn how to really find and identify ourselves, I think we have an identity crisis that we need to pay attention to. And once we do, then there will be better outcomes.
Who am I? So all of these self-love, self-care topics and the feeling that I'm getting from this conversation, because again, going back to that mirror to where everything reflects back on myself. So who am I? I know who I am. I'm just saying, like, if we really can figure and really be honest and answer that question, who am I? I think
that's the starting point.
It's the starting point.
Right.
Dang, DP. Thank you.
And then from there, this is what I have to say. A lot of fads that we pick up, especially in our community, we actually get from other people.
Right. Okay.
The eyelashes, the cut up jeans.
Right. Where the eyelashes came from? What it came from? Who it came from?
It comes from being like you want to be over the top.
Over the top.
Be seen flattering in the eyes.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The wigs, like I say, even doing the chain thing. You get what I'm saying? I call it the cut. Well, I don't call it the cut up jeans, but that's what it is. Wearing the cut up jeans.
Yeah.
Wearing different styles of clothes. Because I remember we used to have our own style where we used to wear the baggy stuff.
Right.
Now we wear the tight. Men are wearing more tight stuff.
I see that now.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
But remember,
yeah.
that used to be the rockers thing.
Yeah.
Now the tattoos. I remember rockers used to wear the tattoos. And they used to wear the tattoos everywhere.
Gotcha.
They used to wear all black.
Right.
And we used to just have tattoos here and there. But then now we looking like a rocker. Well, remember back in when we were just graduating, they would do the chain.
Right.
We grew the dreads.
Yeah.
From Jamaicans.
Yeah.
We never actually had an identity.
You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
With the Chinese eyes, I think that's where they get it from. The Asians. Wearing the long hair, we get that from the whites or the Indians. You get what I'm saying? Those things, we don't have our own. And we always are pulling to find identity. That's why we value brands, because that gives us identity.
Got you.
And I think that's where that stuff stems from.
So before we wrap it up,
right,
I just want to add to what you're saying. I want people to understand the view. The view is people need to understand that you are valuable, you are important, you are equal, and you are worthy. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to be nobody else that you're not. Accept who you are, who God built you to be, and just be honest with yourself and keep everything in your home. Your kids need you, your significant other needs you, and then you can branch off outside of your door. Just keep reserving your time, your energy for your immediate household. It's just that simple. Your kids need you more. Your significant other, partner needs you more. Guess what? Yourself need you more. So after you check mark all that, and then if you're able to extend your services, if you're able to extend your time, your love, your energy, your finances, whatever it is, then I would say yes, it's okay. But if your house is not in order, T just gonna be real with you and just let people know, you know what, this time in my place right now in life, I just cannot repeat what I'm doing because I really got some things going on in my home that I have to clean up. And pretty much that's it. So I really encourage people to be around like-minded people. You know, be around people who will support you. Be around people closer. Get closer to your kids. Like, it's always room to grow, to get closer to your significant other. Be closer to your kids. So it's just let's clean up our own home before we actually can give somebody else a syllabus, and knowing you not even doing that for yourself.
Right.
So let's turn all this negativity into positivity, because hey, love is love, and that's all I'm about. Right. Go ahead, I'm done.
So yeah, I mean, she said a mouthful, so
my bad.
Nah, it's all good. Right. It's just to help one understand their place and position and know how to play from there. So yeah, I'm your boy DP.
All right, y'all.
This my girl T.
Hey.
And we Gemini Gemz.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S.
Yes.
Gems with the Z. And what we do, T?
Hey, y'all, we drop them gems.
We drop them gems.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all, take care.
Hey, it's Black History Month. Okay.
That's what's up. All right.
Bye.